afternoon, everyone. We are the group 2, and our topic for today is about writing a memorandum. Our topic for today contains what is a memorandum, its parts, samples, considerations, and the two outputs, which are the engaged and the output too. So first is, what is a memorandum? A memorandum, often abbreviated as memo, is a written document used for internal communication within organizations, businesses, or government entities. It is a concise form of written communication that conveys information, instructions, or announcement to individuals or departments within the same organization. So, memorandums are a crucial form of written communication in professional or organizational settings. They serve as a formal way to convey important information, updates, requests, or directives to relevant stakeholders. The primary purpose of a memo is to draw attention to a specific issue or topic that requires the recipient's focus and action. And by documenting the information in a memo, it ensures that the message is clearly articulated and can be easily referenced by the intended audience. This creates a paper trail and documentation of important communications within an organization, which can be particularly useful in situations where there is a need to refer back to the information or when there are potential legal or compliance requirements. Memos are effective tools for sharing time-sensitive information such as updates on ongoing projects, changes in policies or procedure, or urgent announcements. By distributing the memo to the relevant stakeholders, the sender can ensure that the information is disseminated in a timely and organized manner. One of the key advantages of using memos is their ability to ensure that important matters receive the necessary attention and response, and memos can be used to inform, request action, or persuade the reader to take a specific course of action, and this can be easily valuable in situations where there is a need to address a problem, implement a new policy, or gain support for a particular initiative. And furthermore, memos can serve as a means of communication across different levels of an organization, from senior management to frontline employees, and this helps to maintain a consistent flow of information and ensures that all relevant parties are informed and engaged. So the next part are the parts of a memorandum. The parts are the heading segment, details, purpose, and action.
So for the heading segment, so the heading segment is in a memorandum typically contains essential information like the date, the recipients, the sender's name, and the subject. So for the memorandum, we can ask why is it important? Why is it that important in in an office setting? So it is crucial because it provides a context and directs the reader's attention to key details quickly. And think of it as a roadmap for the memo. Then for the heading segment, so as you can see there, the encircled part here. So you can see there the date. So it needs to have the complete date, the complete and the current date. Then the two parts. So gikan man na. So where the memo came from. So there para asa So That's the reader's names and job titles. Then the from section, the sender's name and job title also. So from this example, the the reader's name and job title is the college faculty through the Department of Heads. Then from the part is the chairperson of English and Communication Arts. So you can see here, this is the RE. So that's in relation to or regarding. So that's a reply to a um, subject, uh, previous subject. So that's a reply. So the subject here is the English and Communication Arts Festival. So then for the subject, so it needs to be highlighted in some way. Now we need to remember this, that there is a correct usage of to or and for. So the to and for. So to is used when the sender writes to someone who is equal or lower rank than he has. And for is for when the sender writes to someone who occupies a higher rank. So in this, for example, so the sender uses to because it is lower or equal rank to his rank. So the next part would be the purpose part.
So another part of the memorandum is purpose. In a memorandum, the purpose section clearly states the reason for the memo and the objective it aims to achieve. So kaning nga part kay siya man hatag reason para asa ang memo nga gihatag ug unsay objective ani nga memo. It typically outlines main topic, provides context, and explains why the information or instructions being communicated are important. This section This section helps the reader understand the memo's intent and the actions or responses are expected. So kanina niya part the clear idea of purpose mo kanina mga gihatan. So, ganong importante man yung purpose section ng memorandum. The purpose section in the memorandum is important because first, it clarifies intent. It immediately the reader about the reason for the memo, eliminating any ambiguity. So, nag-aanda yung niyang idea para asa ang paradig ang isa niya memo. Number two, set expectations. It outlines what the reader should understand or do after the event. Number three, saves time. By quickly providing the context, helps readers grasp the memo's real value and importance without having to read through the entire document. Importante tayo bukas sa purpose sa memo. Ngunit ako sa kinukulan ko na dito ang context. Number four, guide content. That helps the writer stay focused on the main topic and relevant letter, ensuring the memo remains concise and on point. So again, the purpose section is crucial with organization. It serves as the anchor that aligns the reader with the objectives from the outcome. By clearly stating the reason for the memo, it eliminates any potential confusion or misinterpretation regarding its content. This clarity is essential to ensuring the significance of the information being conveyed, which can range from policy changes and project objectives, meeting announcements or action reports. Furthermore, I will define my process with clear expectations about what readers should do with information, whether it includes taking specific actions, providing feedback, or simply stating for. This focus helps the reader to ascertain the requirements of the memo to their role and responsibilities, thereby facilitating more efficient and effective response.
So the next part of the memorandum is it is the most important part of the memorandum. It tells you all the details on what is discussed and the explanation, the further explanation for the purpose of the memorandum. So it carries the weight of your message. It is the message itself. It expands the purpose. You state the introduction and provide the necessary information for the reader to understand and respond to your memo. So the details is divided into two components, which is the content and discussion. In context, you will find the setting. So provide relevant background for the reading that so this is the progress of the
You can use the data and statistics to support your points. Example of it are charts, graphs, or tables to present complex information visually. So another is example or case studies to illustrate your image to your message. And lastly is requesting. If you need addition or clarification, explain the situation and assess the options that's involved. So for requesting, you can outline the pros and cons of each option for clear decision making, ask specific questions that require a response from the reader. And after requesting is another purpose of the proposing. If you're suggesting a solution or course of action, you can clearly outline your plan by explaining the steps involved in implementing your proposal, discussing the potential benefits and drawbacks of your proposed solution, and lastly, addressing any potential concerns the reader might have. That's all.
Action. What is an action in memorandum? An action in a memorandum refers to specific tasks or steps that are required to be taken by the recipients of the memo. This section of the memorandum outlines what needs to be done, who is responsible, and often includes deadlines or timelines for execution. It provides clear instructions to ensure that the intended actions are understood and executed effectively. In the example provided earlier, the action required includes first, ensuring that all team members are trained in the new time tracking system. Second, attending mandatory online training sessions. Third, accessing the new system by a specific date. Fourth is submitting weekly progress reports to HR. Fifth, achieving full compliance with the new system by a set deadline. The purpose of detailing actions in a memorandum is to provide a clear guidance and ensure accountability among participants. So, here's the memorandum. Memorandum to all faculty members from Gesta, date May 22, 2024. Subject: submission of master list for attendance and participation in events. Objective: to ensure accurate documentation of faculty attendance and participation in various events. Action required: all respective instructors are required to submit a master list certifying their attendance and participation in the different events. Please follow the instruction below. First, preparation of master list. Create a master list that includes the names of all participating faculty members. Include the specific events attended and the roles played by each participant. Second is certification. Ensure that the master list is certified with your signature. Include any necessary supporting documents or evidence of participation. Submission. Submit the certified master list to the Office of Academic Affairs by a specific date, deadline, etc. Ensure the submission is both in electronic format via email to email address, hard copy delivered to the office location. Timeline. Next week, prepare and compile the master list. By specific deadline, submit a certified master list. Responsibilities. Each instructor is responsible for the accuracy and completeness of the respective master list. Depart- Department heads are to oversee the collection and timely submission of all master lists. Follow-up. The Office of the Academic Affairs will review the submission and contact instructors if any additional information or clarification is required. Please ensure strict adherence to the timeline and guidelines provided. Your cooperation is essential for the smooth documentation of our faculty's engagements in these events. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, Gesta.
So here's the things to consider when creating a clear and professional memo. So in terms of format, a memo is usually a page or two long and follows a general guidelines for business writing. So memos are meant to be clear and direct to the point. Ideally, they should be contained within 1 or 2 pages. This ensures the reader can quickly grasp the message without going through a lengthy document. and strive to prevent essential details on your message in a concise way, and avoid unnecessary background information or rambling explanations. If your topic requires more elaboration, it might push the memo to 2 pages. However, aim to structure the information effectively to avoid exceeding the limits. Here's Here are some office practices in writing a memo. First is for convenience in reading, use numbered or bullets list rather than long paragraphs. Memos use single spacing between lines for more compact compared to double spaced documents. This allows more information to be included within the 1 or 2 pages limit. All text in the memo body aligns to the left margin. This creates a clear and straightforward look, making it easier for the reader to scan the document and locate specific information. This practice promotes clear and concise communication. Long paragraph can be dense and difficult to follow by using numbered and or bullets list, you can break down complex topics and become easier to understand by presenting them in a step-by-step or point-by-point format. And readers can quickly grasp the key points by scanning the list. Uh, Second is corporate organizations may have different formatting styles, so be flexible in adapting the conventions in your company. So different establishments may have specific formatting preferences for internal documents like memos. So some companies might have a preferred font style or size for all internal documents. There might be specific margin guidelines to maintain a consistent look across all memos. And they might also be pre-formatted memos templates that include uh, elements like headers, logos, and designated sections for specific information. Being flexible means adapting your memo to these established formatting styles. This ensures consistency within the organization and creates a professional presentation. So third is do not forget the signature of the sender. While memo omits salutation and closing, it's important to include the sender signature. This serves as two purposes. The first is identification, and the second is accountability. Identification, the signatures clearly identifies who authored the memo, and the accountability is the signature indicates that the sender takes ownership of the information presented in the memo. In some cases, depending on your company practices or the technology used to distribute memo, electronic signature might be sufficient. Next is memorandum omits the inside address, solicitation, uh, and the complementary clause found in a business letter. Since memos circulate internally within our organization, the recipient's mailing address isn't necessary. Everyone within the establishment or a company presumably knows where to find each other. So formal greetings like dear Mr. and Mrs. are unnecessarily in the internal memo. So, and closing like sincerely or regards are also skipped as they are not required for internal communication. Next is a generally memos follow the block paragraph pattern where all internal elements of the page are flush left. So memos typically employ a block paragraph format where all paragraph within the memo starts flush with the left margin. This creates a uniform and clean look, making the document easier to read. Businesses traditionally use indented paragraph to differentiate each new paragraph. However, a memo, the focus is on clear and concise communication, and the block format streamlines the presentation. Next is be flexible and consistent with the register for your language. You can write using first person, such as I, me, we, and us. Second person, such as you, or the formal third person point of view pronouns
such as he, she, they, and them. So memos offer some flexibility in how address readers. You can choose from these three different point of views. The first person is the perspective can create a more conversational tone, making the memo feel less formal. It's suitable for situations where collaborations or shared perspective is emphasized. So the second person naman is this approach directly addresses the readers, making the message more pointed and action oriented. It's useful for assigning tasks or providing specific instruction. And lastly is the third person. This maintains a formal tone throughout the memo, which might be preferable for official topics or when addressing a larger audience within a company. So whichever the perspective you choose, ensure you maintain consistency throughout the memo. So dili jud ka mag-switch back and forth between different point of views as it can be confusing sa mabasa. So kung imo ning i-follow ang practices, you can write a clear, concise, and professional memos that effectively communicate your message with the organization. That's all. Thank you.
In conclusion, mastering the art of writing a memorandum is essential for fostering effective internal communication within organizations. Memos, being concise and direct, adhere to specific formatting and content guidelines to ensure clarity and professionalism. They, are ser- they serve as efficient vehicles for conveying crucial information, instruction, or announcements to targeted recipients, omitting formalities like solicitations for brevity. By tailoring the content to suit the audience and purpose, memos facilitate understanding and engagement, fostering collaboration and contributing to organization efficiency. Through clear communication and adherence to established guidelines, memos plays a pivotal role conveying information, addressing concerns, and promoting unity within the workplace. Moreover, mastering memo writing skills extend beyond formatting and content. It involves understanding the organization culture, audience, preference, and the desired outcome of the communication. By cultivating these skills, individual can become adept at crafting memos that resonate recipients and drive desired actions or outcomes. In today's fast-paced business environment, effective communication is important than ever. Memos serve as a reliable tool for disseminating information efficiency and ensure that key message understood and act upon. Therefore, investing time and effort into mastering memo writing skills is a worthwhile endeavor for professionals at all levels of an organization. That's all.